Rules and regulations for Illuminati members. To become a member of the Illuminati and participate in its activities, individuals must agree to and uphold the following rules and principles. Belief in a higher power. Members must believe in a supreme being. However, the Illuminati does not prescribe adherence to any specific religion or denomination. Members are free to follow their personal spiritual paths. To maintain harmony, discussions of religion and politics are generally prohibited during meetings. Minimum age requirement. Applicants must be at least 18 years old to be eligible for membership. Application process. Interested individuals must submit a formal application or petition, which may include personal information, references, and a statement regarding their values and intentions. Background check. A background check is typically conducted to verify an applicant's character, integrity, and suitability for membership. This may include research into the individual's history and biography. Good moral character. Members must demonstrate honesty, integrity, and a commitment to ethical living. A strong moral reputation is essential. Oaths and rituals. Upon acceptance, new members are required to take solemn oaths and participate in initiation rituals. These are designed to impart moral and philosophical lessons central to the Illuminati's teachings. Willingness and ambition. Membership is only granted to individuals who are fully committed to following the path of the light. If you have doubts about joining, resolve them first and be absolutely certain of your decision. Humility and kindness. Members are expected to exercise humility and refrain from using their success or achievements to provoke or intimidate others, especially the poor, weak, or disabled. Active participation. Members are encouraged to regularly attend meetings, engage in ceremonies, and contribute to the community. Commitment and involvement are essential. Respect for privacy. Confidentiality is of the utmost importance. All discussions, rituals, and membership-related information are strictly private and must not be disclosed to non-members.
Fear not, for your war-stricken, poverty-ridden planet. You are safe. Help is on the way. Your prosperity is the core objective of our universal design. The path for humanity has spanned throughout ages to ensure the survival and prosperity of the human species. War is a liar who claims there isn't enough land, isn't enough wealth, isn't enough food for all people, in all places to live in abundance. A different age is upon us. Fear not for the bursting sounds that echo across your red horizons. Prepare your life for the light that grows steadily brighter in the distance. As the dawn comes to rid your battlefields of darkness, the age of Illuminatium will begin. Fear nothing. We are always watching out for you. To find out more about our organization and your part in the universal design, visit Illuminati.am.
A cash reward, welcome ransom. A stylish new dream car worth. A dream house purchased in the country of your choice. A month's vacation, fully paid, to your dream tourist destination, where you've always dreamed of visiting. 1-year subscription to the golf club. VIP treatment in all airports in the world. A total lifestyle change. Access to all the superstars and mega superstars in the world. An international bank account created by U.S. International Globalism. You can use this account in all banks in the world and anywhere in the world too. A very powerful talisman and ring of supremacy offered to you for magical and protective purposes. Your Illuminati member ID that has various accessories and benefits around the world. A green card given by the U.S. government, making you a full citizen of America, authorized by the Illuminati World Organization. The history, background, and its fingers in today's world, hidden in plain sight. In today's world, we are surrounded by distractions, entertainment, technology, politics, that keep us from seeing the deeper forces shaping our lives. Many believe that beneath the surface of governments and global systems lies a hidden hierarchy of power, often referred to as the Illuminati. The Illuminati was founded in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt in Bavaria. Its goal was to challenge the old powers, monarchies, religion, and tradition, and replace them with a new world order based on control, reason, and influence. That same year, America declared independence. Some believe this was no coincidence, but part of a plan to build a new society designed to lead the world into the future. George Washington, a key leader in America's founding, was also a Freemason. He belonged to Fredericksburg Lodge No. 4, and Masonic symbols are found throughout Washington, D.C., in the layout of the streets, the Washington Monument, and the symbols on the dollar bill. These elements point to a deeper plan behind America's creation. The Freemasons are an ancient group known for rituals, symbols, and secret teachings. Higher levels, like the 33rd degree of the Scottish Rite, are believed to hold deeper influence. Feeding into this structure are youth groups like Demolay International, Job's Daughters, Rainbow Girls, and the Order of the Eastern Star, which introduce young people to Masonic principles. There are also civic clubs that seem harmless, but are seen by some as gateways to deeper systems of control. These include the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Lions Club, Rotary International, Kiwanis Club, Elks Lodge, and Moose Lodge. They teach structure, service, and leadership, but may also introduce members to a network of hidden influence. The Shriners, known for their charity work, use ancient symbols and rituals linked to deeper knowledge. At a deeper level are occult and spiritual organizations. The Rosicrucians combine Christianity with Egyptian symbols. The Theosophical Society and Lucas Trust promote spiritual ideas tied to globalism. Groups like the Golden Dawn, Ordo Templi Orientis, Othyo, and others focus on ritual magic and hidden wisdom. Above them are global policy and elite groups like the Council on Foreign Relations, Trilateral Commission, Bilderberg Group, World Economic Forum, and Club of Rome. These groups are made up of powerful leaders who meet privately to discuss and influence world events. Yale's Skull and Bones and California's Bohemian Grove are also known for their secretive rituals involving political elites. At the base of this structure are the scientific and tech institutions. DARPA, MIT Media Lab, Singularity University, OpenAI, and DeepMind are all pushing new technologies. Organizations like UNESCO and who influence global education, health, and policy. Together, this structure resembles a pyramid. The general public at the bottom, kept unaware, and at the top, a few who shape the world from the shadows. Whether or not all these connections are part of a single plan, their influence is real. They impact what we see, what we learn, and how we live. These organizations are more than just clubs or charities. They're part of a much larger system of influence. And unless we ask deeper questions and look beyond the surface, their true purpose may remain hidden in plain sight. Purpose of the Illuminati. Ensuring the survival of more than 7 billion people is a daunting undertaking. Our obligation to this planet has spanned hundreds of years and supports even the most established government substances. To continue working through cultural and generational changes, Illuminati activities regularly require darkness for both our individuals and our work. In 2013, the Illuminati approved the arrangement of the Department of Citizen Outreach. Through different activities and battles, including this site, the Illuminati Vanguard has invested in promoting our partnership with our residents. The Illuminati is a global organization of influential individuals, world leaders, business moguls, innovators, and artists, united by a shared commitment to the advancement and prosperity of humanity. Transcending political, religious, and national divisions, the Illuminati brings together powerful minds to guide the world through progress and transformation. Though much of our work remains unseen, Our mission is clear: to ensure peace, promote innovation, and preserve the balance of power for the benefit of all. By operating behind the scenes, we provide stability in an ever-changing world, welcoming those who seek wisdom, purpose, and unity in service of the greater good.
Is Lucifer the god of the Freemasons? Yes. To join Freemasonry, you have to be invited. You can't just join it. And the general sort of understanding is that this is going to be very good for business, for social interaction, for your career.
So they allow you to worship like Jehovah or Yahweh?
You can worship any god you want, but that's the only qualification, because they're going to convert whoever they are over to worshiping the great architect of the universe, Hail El, Satan. AI has the same destination whether you're doing it for good or evil. So it's like good magic and black magic.
Do these people know that they're advancing a system that has been prophesied as having to happen for the rise of the Antichrist, or do they not?
The fallen angels continue to tell their offspring, their descendants of their offspring, that they can still win.
Is there a hierarchy for these things like Illuminati, Freemasons?
The fairy tale concept goes back many years for when they're ready to reveal things, that we would accept that more easily, and they can tell us that they told us, we just didn't understand. This fairy tale concept, both Tolkien and Lewis were talking about, is they consider the Bible a fairy tale because they both said so. I'll show you their doctrines and the fruits of their works, and if they ever became Christian, they never recanted their writings. Many Freemasons are witches. Why? Because they're adepts, and they are leading the setting up of new towns. They're there to set up their legal claim to the new continent. When Moses dies, we have Satan showing up to claim his body. That's because he is initiated at Heliopolis. People confuse and conflate wrath and tribulation.
You said you don't want to live through it.
No.
Do you think you will?
Probably.
People have to get over the fear of death in all connotations, because if you know what is really going to happen, you won't be fearful.
Part 2, the leaked initiation video.
Hello, Initiates, and welcome to Module 1 of the Illumicorp video training course. I would like to officially welcome you as a member of the team. You've joined our organization at perhaps the most exciting point in our long history. Our founders shared a passionate dream to transform this country and eventually the whole world into one cohesive organization. When Illumicorp finishes gaining centralized control over the resources of the planet, and we will, we can then organize, distribute, and govern for the benefit of all. After competition and dissent are eliminated, we will build a utopia for the people of the world to share based on need and rejoice together in a harmonious new world. This presentation is designed to enlighten you about our organization's goals and achievements. As your guide, I will help to answer some basic questions you might have about Illumicorp and familiarize you with the valuable role you will play in helping us reach our prime objective. So please, take a tour with me as we march together towards an exciting new world. All people are aware of class. To them, society is made up of the rich, the middle, and the poor.
The one thing that all three classes don't understand is that the pyramid continues upward. There is a detached hidden capstone made up of an elite board of directors who own and manage Illumicorp. The three classes below, in essence, become the assets and resources of Illumicorp. Illumicorp is divided into various administrative branches, but each branch has the same 5 levels in their hierarchy. You will begin at the bottom, in the initiate category. As such, your role will be to make sure that your orders are carried out through the sub-corporations and institutions controlled by Illumicorp.
You will be placed in plain sight, at the head of a company or institution in the public sector, to carry out the plans delivered from above. Remember, your role is very important. You will be the face of Illumicorp to the outside world. You are our connection to the masses below. Never speak publicly about your orders or your masters. Now let's look at Illumicorp's 6 administrative branches and their functions. You will be placed in a top position of power among one of the following sectors. In this way, as you are monitored and guided from above, you will decide strategy and introduce programs that further our goals. For that is the secret to Illumicorp's success. Control the head, and you control the body. This is potentially Illumicorp's most effective instrument for global control. Through international banking, we manipulate the fate of all countries. We have introduced many institutions, such as the IMF and WTO, that work in our favor to impoverish disobedient nations. Always remember, debt is a powerful weapon against countries that don't share Illumicorp's vision.
Perhaps our greatest achievement in banking is the Federal Reserve System. It is a collection of international banks owned by Illumicorp members and financiers. It was created to form a centralized banking system through the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, an act that was indeed penned by some of our most esteemed members. Many of you might still assume that the government itself prints and issues the currency. That is not the case. When America needs money, they go to our boys and ask for it. The money is printed, but it is only representative of a loan. Interest accrues on that dollar until it is paid back to the Fed. In fact, the federal taxes paid by the American population go almost entirely to paying off this debt. So you see, Illumicorp derives a healthy amount of its operation funding directly from the debt of the public. Needless to say, this is one of our most crucial sources of funding and one of our proudest achievements here at Illumicorp. Through mergers and acquisitions, we have slowly and silently bought up the majority of U.S. industry. Illumicorp and its members own most of the oil, transport, banking, media, food and communications industries in America and abroad. Through fewer and fewer conglomerates, we are able to effect with great precision the machinations of labor and government.
Ultimately, corporations will replace government as a centralized international body that can meet the needs of the public worldwide without the chaos created by national self-interest. When Illumicorp goes public, corporatism will be the foundation for world government. Conglomerates will merge into one cohesive corporation that is responsible only to Illumicorp and the needs of its global employment force. Illumicorp's control of the American military is another impressive tool in our possession. We have nurtured these institutions lavishly to serve as the prototype for our global police force. When ready, our technology and manpower will dominate those who oppose the coming new world order.
By utilizing American patriotism, we have fostered in the American soldier the philosophy of peace through superior force. When the time is right, we will migrate that mentality towards the belief in a global government who must protect all people through superior force. We have used the American military-industrial complex to build the arsenal necessary to instigate the final cleansing outlined in Illumicorp's Great Plan. Our primary target will be Islamic nations who will never submit to our Western-centric domination. They also hold much of the remaining oil reserve of the planet. Illumicorp must own that precious resource, as it is crucial in maintaining our domination over the countries of the world.
Through Illumicorp's enormous federal funding of the military, we can develop new forms of warfare and population reduction. The public can't imagine what we were in the process of developing. Soon, even the weather will be a weapon under our control. We will be able to create droughts, floods, hurricanes, and even tsunamis with no fingerprints attached. The political system of America has been under direct control of Illumicorp for some time. It was actually a relatively easy acquisition, and has been even easier to manage. Politicians know of our unspoken agreement, and will do anything to stay in power.
A two-party system benefits Illumicorp, in that it reduces all issues into a black and white debate. Through media, we can play side against side, using each when necessary to support our goals. Due to a diminishing faith in the system among the public, Illumicorp has designed a rogue candidate program to provide a voice for the dispossessed. This disperses the impetus for dissent among those who do not feel represented by our candidates and builds a database of potential dissidents.
At the turn of the last century, Illumicorp took a serious interest in public education. Our Supreme Council realized that by creating a private organization to dictate curriculum on a federal level, children could be conditioned into obedience on a mass scale.
In the interest of promoting Illumicorp principles in the classroom, hundreds of millions of dollars were invested to create the General Education Board in 1902. The result of doing this is evident today. The doctrines of public education have transformed recent generations into a weaker, more docile mass. Through meticulously planned curriculum, we have control over the process by which the average child learns. Thus, we can mold them into obedient workers who are conditioned to accept the implementation of the Great Plan. In addition, Illumicorp has set up many associations, including the American Historical Association, that determine and uphold the official view of history. Knowledge is power, so we must at all costs be the authors of the truth. By writing history to suit our interests, dissenting voices cannot gain ground, and we can vastly influence culture to achieve our prime objective.
Illumicorp uses the media to shape the public's opinion about current events and condition desired attitudes about our future agenda. Through news, entertainment, and advertising, we can program a variety of emotions and responses into the collective unconscious.
In the past, we were limited entirely to print media, but now we have multiple mediums to utilize in programming and conditioning the masses. With cable news, we have directed the public to a more entertainment-based consumption of world events, infotainment. This medium is far more effective at subliminal reinforcement of desired attitudes towards our objectives. For instance, we are currently instilling a sense of duty towards environmental issues.
With our growing control of the weather through HAARP and chemtrails, we will scare the public into accepting our global protection agendas. We will then phase into the great cleansing which must occur to return the global population to a manageable size.
We reinforce the desired norm through advertising, creating a model for people to live up to that is virtually impossible. The result is an incomplete, desperate individual seeking acceptance. Through reality television game shows, we repeat the pattern of individual survival versus group survival. This breaks down the idea of community and breeds individuals who seek only their self-interest. With a public that is constantly suspicious and scheming, we maintain the status quo of a divided population that never thinks to look up.
Religion has served its purpose incredibly well. It is the oldest and perhaps the broadest form of social control utilized by Illumicorp. With religion, there is a written code of conduct that must be followed. The authors of the Holy Scriptures knew quite well how to lace that code with commands to maintain their dominance over the population. This system has survived through millennia to hold the flock together and bring us to today.
Admittedly, religion is losing its power for control. However, the fanaticism that has arisen due to this decline is particularly helpful to Illumicorp. Our invisible influence in the Church has helped bring the Christian fundamentalists out of the background. We control their opinions on current issues through policies designed and written right here at Illumicorp headquarters. They are sent to our ministers, who then preach the Word of God and their interpretations of the Bible to their followers. Their blind faith is used to transform them into willing soldiers to defend our cause during the catastrophes ahead. As the final phase is enacted, we will propagate end-time prophecy to convince them of their convictions.
The rise of Islamic fundamentalism works to Illumicorp's advantage as a threat that will demand violent action. In the coming years, planned terrorist attacks will warrant a full-scale retaliation and initiate the final phase of the Great Plan. Christians will support our actions, since they will believe them to be proof of the end times prophesied by Illumicorp's religious leaders. Now that you have a basic understanding of how we work over here at Illumicorp, I would like to introduce you to one of our latest projects, the Control Grid. Since ancient times, it has been the desire of the Illumins to wield control of the masses below, both to protect us from them and them from themselves. The tools through the ages have been effective, but always blunt and inaccurate. But now, with the release of new technology to the masses, we have the real ability to implement a control grid with finance, industry, government, and military under our strict control. We can safely shift the population into a new world, monitored and controlled by Illumicorp.
Technology such as the internet, GPS, and RFID chips are pillars of the invisible prison we are erecting around the people. Within the decade, we will have real ID cards that contain criminal records and pertinent information, all linked to federal databases. Cell phones will tell us where each individual is, linked to the same database. Through intelligence agencies and Homeland Security, we will monitor individuals who oppose the Great Plan and remove them from the grid. Quickly, the population will learn that they have a choice: support the system and benefit from its luxuries, or reject it and lose access to the grid.
Well, that was quite an overview. I hope it gave you an understanding of our process and basic overall structure here at Illumicorp. Don't worry if you can't remember specific details at the moment. Once assigned to your administrative branch, you will be shown the second Illumicorp training module. Your initiate supervisor will brief you on your specific duties at that point.
Also, please review your copy of the Great Plan and the attached code word and symbols booklet. You will need to know the ways we communicate internally through public channels.
This concludes part 1 of the Illumicorp video training module. I wish you the best of luck, and may our plan complete in secrecy. The dawn of a new era is on the horizon, and it will shine gloriously over the new world that we have built together.